Was a race car bed a thing of your youth?
Yeah, definitely. I wanted one. I don't even think I got one ever.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. It was just a distant dream and something at the rich kid's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was one in a window at a bed place in Santa Monica that if we ever visited my uncle Ralph, Vince, and then Greg Bruno, when we drive home, I could look through the window of my dad's VW Bug and see it. And I would just imagine, like, who?
I think I had a secondhand one.
Really?
I just unlocked the memory. Eh?
Really? You bought like a crashed one?
No, like
one with high mileage? Rusted out.
Hey, the frame was solid, all right? We just replaced that quarter panel. It was good.
Should have got the rust proven. I tell you, get the warranty. You wouldn't listen. All right, what's going on in the news?
All right, in the world of entertainment, Bill Maher torched Sean Penn for criticizing his meeting with President Trump, hitting back at this Fast Time at Ridgemont High's actor who sat down with Fidel Castro and Hugo Chavez before. Check it out.
I have not been invited. The only reason I would not accept an invitation is because I see no, it's a long flight. And I see no.
Really? You meet with fucking
I don't think
Castro and Hugo Chavez, but not the President of the United States?
Yeah, I saw good results come out of some of those things in terms of agendas that I had. I don't think that there's anything that I would... I just personally wouldn't trust anything that was said in the room.
Okay.
He is Sam. You know.
Yeah, the thing about... look, I've interviewed Sean. There's something going on, and I don't know exactly what the wiring is, but Sean's a cool guy, and he's a smart guy, and he's an interesting guy, and I had a nice conversation with him, and there's a thing. It's kind of it's too simple just to call it a hippie thing, but it's like him and Jane Fonda and all those people. The first thing that they do is they take someone like George Floyd and they make him into a hero, and they take Hugo Chavez and they make him into a hero. They take Che Guevara and they make him into a hero.
Lionize.
And then they take Ronald Reagan and they turn him into a criminal, like a war criminal and all that kind of stuff. And okay, first off, there are a lot of shades of gray, but here's the thing. Ronald Reagan maybe has done things you disagree with and I disagree with, but Fidel Castro's fucking horrible and he's a tyrannical dictator and he's killed a lot of people and he's a piece of shit. So first things first, in a world where nobody bats 1,000, I'll take the guy who bats 377 versus the one who bats 26. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just exalting the virtues of the 26 guy. And I know who these people are. They pick these weird characters, and then they sort of turn them into deities. And everybody, look, Nelson Mandela, if you do a deep dive into Nelson Mandela, you're going to find a bunch of shit you'll never hear anywhere, or you'll never hear that Martin Luther King had a lot of side pussy. You know, like it's just stuff.
A lot of nuance.
Everything is nuance. So
even Gandhi.
All right. Overall, I will live. Would you rather live in a country where Ronald Reagan was your president or where Fidel Castro was your president? Okay. Or Hugo Chavez. Like, that's all I'm fucking saying, people. That's all I'm saying. And you can go, I don't want to live in either. No. It's either this. It's either Ronald Reagan, or it's Donald Trump, or it's whoever you didn't like in the past, one of the W. Bush or something, or Fidel Castro. There's your choice. What would you do, Sean? What would you like? I think if you gave him 2 beers, he would go with Reagan. But there's something that they have to do, which is they have to push back. And so part of the pushing back, it's kind of hippie thing. I got it. I understood it from my mom and my family, my grandmother and stuff like that. My grandmother was out basically marching for communism, in the 30s or something. And it's like, it's the same people that are out there pushing Palestinian and Hamas, like you do understand that if you're gay over there, you get thrown off a fucking building, right? Okay. Well, what about what we have to deal with here? I don't know what you have to deal with here, but it's not getting thrown off a fucking building. All right. So that's your side. So then what's going on? Communism. Oh, I love communism. You do? Do you really? Is that how you want to live? You know how many millions of people die in those kind of regimes and how miserable life is for those people?
I love standing in the bread line.
Right. And all you do is talk about freedom and oppression and freedom. Well, guess what there's less of over there? What you claim to want. So what are we really talking about here? And what we're talking about here is you're just sort of counter whatever is. Whatever your dad liked, I'll just do the opposite. And they don't really realize what they're doing. So, and it's two parts. They go, well, what are we going to do? Well, you have to hate Ronald Reagan. Okay, done. But what else? Well, you could like Fidel Castro. Okay, good. Now good. Because all I'm doing is rebelling. I'm literally just rebelling. I'm just doing whatever it is, doesn't make sense. You don't want me to do it. Now, I don't even know I'm doing it. So Bill Maher knows you're doing it, and he wants to know why you're meeting with these tyrannical leaders and you wouldn't have lunch with Trump, and you don't really have a good answer. But you don't know what you're doing, and you go to the grave. I mean, half these people I see out protesting are 65 plus. There's like 74-year-old woman. I saw a 74-year-old woman just going, I don't want to have to live with this and this over my head. It's like, bitch, nothing's going on. You're fucking 74-year-old white chick. Shut the fuck up and go knit a fucking shawl. Sorry. Go ahead.
Next up, let's lighten the mood a little bit. New Jersey high school forced to cancel full day of classes after over-the-top senior prank. Say it went too far. I feel like this is good, clean fun.
What was
nothing
the senior
stolen?
What
they did was grab everything out of the classrooms, duct tape it, and sort of
wrap
it in a sort of
cellophane.
Homunculus. Yeah, of a giant. You know what I mean?
Homuncular of you.
Yeah.
With your homunculi.
So, they went buck wild and put everything right. They're investigating. They're searching for the culprits.
Are they
now.
doing? I don't think my kids did a class prank. Did you do a class prank?
Yeah. The fountain full of bubbles. Everybody was splashing bubbles in everyone's face. It was a good one.
We did a few weird ones. Somebody would inevitably, there was some good stuff. Somebody pulled the Bob's Big Boy guy out of the ground and put it right in the quad. That was pretty cool.
That is cool. That's expert level.
That was solid. Another solid one is they went and got the cow from the 4-H whatever and walked it into Mr. Space and put it in Mr. Space's office. That was good. Then I planned my senior prank to be a little more interactive because the thing is everybody shows up Friday and sees the prank from the night before. But I was like, what if they experience the prank when it's happening? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
okay.
I got my little militia group together in my house because I lived in the garage basically across the street from the school.
Yeah.
And I said, now what if we fill up like 150 water balloons at my house and then we put them in big garbage bags and we stash them around, like about in the shrubs and stuff, just push it back there. We'll do that tonight. And then tomorrow at lunch, when everyone gathers into the quad, we'll all kind of zip our jackets on and put like ski masks on, and everyone go load up on water balloons, and then we'll fire on everybody in the quad, and then we will make our escape to my house. Because once you go over the fence, I'm just across the street. So everyone planned it out. We had the signal and everything, and we went at it, and everyone got their water balloons and started firing on everyone. And everyone starts girls are sitting there eating their sandwich on the bench and stuff, getting hit in the back of the head with the water balloon. And everyone's getting it nailed by the water balloons, and then when everyone's out, we all have to bid a hasty retreat, like through this long hall, sort of outdoor area, and then over the top of the fence. And it worked good, except for my one friend, John, got to the fence, got about halfway up, and about 10 black dudes just grabbed him and pulled him back down.
What?
It was like, beat on him.
It was so wholesome into that.
I know, until they turned on him.
What, they just beat the shit out of him for water balloon crowds?
Well, to be fair, the place, this was pre sort of terrorist attack, but it was a bunch of dudes in ski masks throwing stuff, and people started screaming and stuff because they didn't really know what was going on. They thought they were under some kind of attack. And so John got it, but he didn't squeal. And, you know, it was always the scuttlebutt was everyone knew it was me and us and whatever, but no one could prove anything because they didn't have, but you didn't have the film and cameras and stuff back then.
Yeah.
So no. Now my friend, another friend who decided to shit in a 5-gallon bucket.
I knew it was going there.
I know, for like
always
a week.
Grossing me out with that one.
And he went out. They were a senior. I wasn't even a senior. He desecrated the whole school with his poop. It was maniacal. And they found out it was him. And he was bound for Berkeley.
Yeah, DNA testing.
And they were like, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
They were like, you're something's wrong with your
Scatological.
Yeah, something's wrong. And it was a big to-do. And eventually ended up going there after he had to clean up all his sort of helter-skelter written poop, everywhere. Like, I got where he was coming from.
A shit smearer is a Berkeley graduate? Can't believe it.
Oh, yes. 100%. But that was a year older than me.
All right.
So, I don't know. Did you do one, Dawson?
We did not. We were really frightened off of it because 2 years before I graduated, the senior prank was putting raw fish in the new air conditioning ducts.
Damn.
And they did major damage. I mean, like $30,000 worth of damage. And so everyone was like, we're not doing shit.
Yeah, also, if you are going to college, they can hold back transcripts. They can get you into trouble. We weren't going anywhere, so you couldn't do anything to us. We were leaving.
Low risk, high reward.
Carolla, you think you're going to be digging ditches on a construction site? I don't think so. Not after this stunt. So we all went for it.
I think what they actually did was fish fertilizer. It wasn't actually fish.
There were some other ones around the country that got crazy. Like, there was a bunch of guys brawling in the tri-state area, Jones Beach State Bargain up there in Jersey, but in Malibu they did pandemonium by supergluing classroom doors shut, driving golf carts down staircases, causing tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage.
Malibu, man.
And now Malibu's back at it again.
That's where Sean Penn lives.
Yep.
All right, what else?
Next up, we got this Riverside No Kings protester struck in a felony hit and run, and the suspect is still at large. But we got some crazy video from him.
All right, so it's down. It says downtown. It says downtown Los Angeles, but it's Long Beach. I don't know. I kept trying to find this story and I couldn't figure. Anyway, cars driving.
I've seen two different
videos.
videos.
The No Kings thing. They're pushing on the. There's different. Okay, there's different vids. There's different vids.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's another vid, Dawson or Andrew, in there where it's like a red SUV and it's from behind. And it's
black, I think, right?
Oh, maybe it's black or red SUV behind at night. Does the same thing.
There's a lot of people fucking around and finding out.
Well, okay, you're driving. You may be driving with your kids. I don't know, or maybe just be alone. But good, if you got them. If I got, my 4-year-old twins in the back seat, I'm not fucking getting out of the car and trying to talk it out with the young folk. And then my thing is like, I will stop and I will sort of try to be courteous and whatever. But if you're going to jump up and start smacking the side of my car and whacking it with a skateboard or something, then here's what I'm saying. If I'm holding a gun and you're in front of me, I don't want to shoot you. But if you're going to get aggressive, I'm not going to put the gun away because I'm holding a gun. And now listen to me, everyone. A car is 5,000 pounds and 200 horsepower, and a crazy, nervous, freaked out mom with a foot that all she has to do is depress the right side of it 7/8 of an inch, and you're getting run over. So I don't know what you think you're doing. If the mom was... Yes, that's it. If the mom was holding a gun, would you be smacking her fucking in the forehead, or would you step back? It's a car. And by the way, if you want to kill 13 people, just go plow into a farmer's market with your car. You'd kill more than you could with a Glock. All right, here it is. Sorry. This is Long Beach Road. They're throwing shit at the car. They're punching
throwing
the car.
shit at the car, kicking it, and this guy just swerved out of the way and crushed somebody. Apparently.
Yeah, good. All right, but here's the.
Oh, there it is.
Good.
Okay.
Here's the thing, everyone. The person driving the car doesn't even necessarily disagree with you. They're just going home or coming from work. They turned down the wrong street. Then they saw you, and then they stopped, and they didn't yell, "This is MAGA country, bitch." They just stopped their car, and then you started beating on the car, and then you gathered around the car. Now, I do not know what you're expecting out of the mom in the car, but expect at some point... I'm not going to put the gun down in between us and flip a coin. If I'm holding it, you're going to get shot. If you'd like to walk away, then you're not going to get shot. If you want to pick up a sprinkler key and come charging at me, then you will get shot. But that'll be your decision.
But safe spaces and octagons in Florida, you'd be scot-free, I believe.
I think
Not a lawyer.
I think everybody who's in a car who's being surrounded by a mob, especially if they're beating on the car, is scot-free. I don't think there's a court in the land that will convict these people if you're surrounded by an angry mob. Now, you add the mom part, the female part, or kid in the car, whatever, you're fucking gone. You're gone for free.
Totally.
Yeah. You with your mixed martial arts background.
Listen here, man. The mob will get you. I found out the hard way with the Diaz boys one time. Yeah, they'll get you. You gotta
What happened with the Diaz boys?
I was trying to get a rematch. The guy, they told me to go in there, and I went in there, and then his whole team jumped me. It was a famous thing. Yeah,
I
fought Nick. I fought Nate. I fought Jake Shields. I fought everybody at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, man.
Still alive.
Who was who were you trying to get the rematch with?
Me and Shields never had a rematch. And he saw me off the microphone and was like, "Oh, you want your rematch?" And I was like, "Yeah, give me my rematch, buddy." And pandemonium. In other news, Prince William's billionaire pal, Sanjay Kapoor, dead at 53, swallowing a bee during a polo match.
Oh, now, are you allergic to bees, or is it
actually triggered a heart attack? The billionaire businessman and chairman of global car parts giant Sona Comstar collapsed during a polo match in England on Thursday.
When I was in Florida, it's kind of crazy. I was in Florida doing shows, I don't know, a month and a half ago. And when I was done, there was a really nice lady, and she just came up to me. She was waiting in line, get a book, get a picture. And she just goes, I had a husband of 25 years. We were great. I don't know, sweethearts from college or whatever. 5 years ago, he got stung by a bee, just died. Just boom. Just like one day, good health. Next day, whoosh,
allergic.
Gone.
Too bad.
I don't know what he was, but he just got stung by a bee, gone. And she said, "It's been 5 years. Your podcast got me through it. I listened to it, and I don't think I could have done it without you." And I said, "The book's $20. I can sign a titty if you like." And she was real sweet. And I just thought how fast that could happen. Just boom, this soulmate, boom, gone. Just got stung, pow. Yeah. Bees do a fair bit of that, I think. Bees do, I'll bet you, now you got to look it up, Andrew. In the United States, bees kill more people than rattlesnakes.
Oh, yeah.
Kill more people than any kind of commercial airliner situation. Sharks. Bees must kill more people than sharks.
Bears, definitely.
Bears. I know a lot of people, women especially, who will not go into the ocean because of sharks, but will happily go outdoors where the bees are all day, every day.
On account of the period blood.
That's a good, I never thought about
Sharks
that
can
angle.
smell about 3 miles away.
That's what happened to that chicken Jaws at the beginning. So sad, weird. I don't know if it's being he's allergic or he swallowed it or what the cause was.
It caused a heart attack. That's what the Mirror is reporting. Just hours before his death, the Indian-born businessman who had studied in the UK paid tribute to the victims of Thursday's Air India plane crash that claims the lives of 241 people.
That it is kind of weird. I know you like to put a little tinfoil hat on every once in a while.
I do.
Remember, there was that guy who worked for Boeing or something, and then he kept saying, if they find me dead, and at some point he killed himself in his car or whatever, and he was a whistleblower, and
Yeah, like he was getting ready to testify, and then suddenly he just had a change of heart and hung himself in his car.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of... Yeah, I mean, what percentage? Okay.
You're saying that someone shot this bee in this man's mouth to silence him?
No, I don't know. Sam Tripoli said, I don't know. I feel,
Is it a psyop?
I'm trying to think, is it better to have a drawn out illness and be able to sort of make your peace with your family, or is it better to just be literally on a pony horse with a mallet and just
bounce off the 58th floor? Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Which one do you say? A slow, inevitable death where you're just hugged, surrounded by your family?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. One death every 2 years with the sharks out here. I will say this, 72 deaths in the U.S. attributed to bee stings.
Oh.
Yeah, they got them beat. I would say, look, if somebody said, look, you want a nice, slow 6-month death, I would go, yeah, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time with my kids, and I'm not going to necessarily spend time holding hands. We're going to the Home Depot. Like, I'm imparting some... I would take my son and my daughter and go, listen to me. Let me tell you what I know. Like, I'm just going to give it all to you. And we're going to make arrangements for whatever gets what and stuff. Yeah, I'd probably take that. This country, I've said it once, but never more than now. We need a baby in a well to unite this country. You know what I mean?
Yes.
We need baby Jessica to fall into a well, and we'll all just put our grievances aside, and we'll put our political disagreements aside, and the nation will come together under somebody's got to sacrifice.
You want me to find a baby and
you need to find like a blonde 3-year-old and throw her in a. Well, that was back then. Maybe a black 3-year-old.
Black girl, yeah.
Yeah, throw her in a well. And we need to unite and rally around this person in a well.
So.
Can the black girl sing? Be a good singer?
We need. Okay, here's what we need.
All right.
We need pictures of her with stuffed animals and done up like in taffeta.
Oh no!
At
Instagram
age
video.
like 3, just a good something CNN can run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I think you're right. That's a good uniter for everyone.
We need it now. Is what I'm saying. It's all the quarreling and bickering about everything constantly. But a kid in a well brings this nation together.
What about a boy on a balloon?
No,
Like a hot air balloon lost out.
No, because we need a number of days.
Oh, okay.
We need the baby in the well. Day 1, we need to be looking. And then we discover.
He's already too wealthy.
Army Corps engineers can't just drop someone down and get her because it's too small a well. So we got to dig, and everyone gets together.
We need a media circus.
Media circus, going to take a couple of days. We drop some granola bars and bottled water down there, but a circus.
Interviews with their cousins, everything.
A lot of interviews. Yeah. It's baby in a well time for this country.
I don't have any of that in the news, but I do have some cutthroat cowboys busted after a wild viral video captured them riding emotional support horses. I hope we have video of this because I just said video. It is apparently something they're doing as a stunt. Here we go.
They're riding. They're full-size horses, right? They're not even ponies.
And they're going through Walmart, my favorite store.
Yeah.
Where is this?
This
Texas?
Yes, they were down in. Oh man, yeah.
Dallas?
Louisiana, I'm sorry.
Oh, Louisiana.
Yeah. I thought it was Texas, but yeah, in Louisiana, causing the scene. I don't know what you have thoughts on this. Emotional sport animals are a whole new phenomenon.
Well, first off, with all this shit coming back, like we just brought back those extinct wolves,
Yeah.
And now we're going full Jurassic Park. We're going to go full Jurassic Park.
Sick.
You can look forward to emotional support dinosaurs in the future.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking 5,000 years from now. I'm talking about, like, my kids' are going to have to get on a Southwest flight with emotional support pterodactyl. There's going to be, and then there's going to be this thing where the emotional support pterodactyl snatches up your emotional support dog and eats it in the airport,
Oh, man.
And when we're old, we can be like, there was a time when there weren't dinosaurs running around the street.
That's right.
You keep your hands off my backyard brontosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'll be weird because they'll be going, this guy's so old, he remembers a time with no dinosaurs. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Look, there's a thing going on, which is stuff in public, and stuff in public like with no shame. Every third video I see is just crazy black women screaming at people behind a counter to Wendy's because they didn't get enough dipping sauce or whatever, and ripping computers out of walls at airports and throwing them, and guys fucking fighting, and shits, people taking shits at the deli and stuff. And I'm like, I think there's a thing. I think this is what's going on.
Yeah.
These guys are kind of doing a stunt.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But there's a thing going on, which is the more evolved you are, the more aware you are of like your surroundings, and that it's a uniquely human thing, because you could bring your dog in front of Queen Elizabeth and your dog may lick their balls. It's not like the dog knows where the dog is.
I would prefer that he did.
The dog has to lick his balls, and that's it. And humans are somewhere between that and the dog, and then us at our highest level. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And then when you're dumb, people have dumb friends. They know what it's like. Like, you go out to eat, and they're going, that motherfucker doesn't know shit. And you're like, hey, bring it down. Bring it down.
Sitting right here.
Tony, bring it down. You're fucking swearing at a very high decibel, and people are what? And you're like, because you're aware, but they're dumb.
I mean, that's who I used to be. I know exactly what you mean, because when I was younger, that's who I was. I was louder. I wanted to make a scene in public because I felt like that was bringing me attention, and that was fun for me. And then the older I get, and maybe it's that I do comedy now, so I get my attention.
Right.
But I want to exist not bothering anyone.
I feel you, bud. I'm the same way. Yeah.
We're getting dumber. I saw a dude walk around San Diego the other day. He's talking on his phone. He's got it on speaker, and he's got it on full volume, and he's like yelling into the phone, and the guy's yelling back. And I'm just standing in the lobby of the hotel going, I don't know why. Why do I need to be in on this conversation?
I did a Zoom podcast walking through LAX. Yeah, I just did that. That's me.
I heard a girl in the store one time. She was on speakerphone, and I heard her say, "I'm off my period now," so you know what that means.
You just slip her your number.
So I think we're getting collectively dumber.
Yeah.
And so we're doing more things out in the open. Like, people are not dissuaded by cameras. Like, you can film them being dumb and yelling and doing criminal behavior. They don't care.
Like we're going viral.
Yep.
All right. Yeah,
I'm always surprised when people know they're being filmed and they still keep going.
Yeah.
And I go, this is going to be on the internet now forever, right?
For sure.
If you get caught doing something, that's one thing. But when they're like, "Oh, film me," I'm like, "Oh, this is bad."
But they're dumb.
Yeah.
Doing it for the likes. Yeah, these kids did it, and they got busted for it, so they're in jail.
I like that they know how to saddle a horse, and they're doing that. It feels like there's some skill involved.
They knew what they're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly right. They were doing a viral video with save a horse, ride a cowboy playing over top of it. So,
While not saving a horse, though.
Exactly. Dave Portnoy unloads on lazy, entitled losers taking over the workplace. The Barstool Sports founder. We have a clip.
It's hard. We got a lot of idiots, but I mean, we do have a locker room environment here at Barstool. We let people be themselves, but it's hard to manage them. It's a different world.
What's the difference?
You got to be self-motivated.
What's the difference between someone of your generation? I mean, you're in your 40s or something like that, and a Gen Z person who's in maybe their 20s. What's the difference?
Oh, they don't want to work. They're spoiled brats. They've grown up in a world where it's everyone gets a trophy generation, and like the idea of showing up and going through traffic and being at the office at 8:45 and working till 6. They look at you like you got 10 heads to it. They think everything's on a silver platter. So it's very hard to motivate these people. They're really lazy, entitled losers.
It's funny because they set up the Zoom call and they're standing 4 feet out of frame. That's fucking standing there watching them get a new asshole torn for them.
You're right.
Yeah, look, young people suck. They don't know how to work. I don't even know what. Listen, there's some balance, and we're out of balance. I think the stories that we told in the last hour were out of balance stories, going through dumpsters and fucking eating garbage and stuff like that. But maybe we've swung it too far the other direction, and like work is. Work is kind of two things. It's like one part of work is interest, and do you like what you're doing? Does it bring you satisfaction or pride? But the other half is a little bit of desperation. Like, hey man, I fucking need money. I don't have anything. I got to do this thing, and thus. We all did a bunch of shit we didn't want to do because we needed money. I mean, it's really prostitution, essentially. You just go, you want to fucking sell pesticides? No. You want to crawl under earthquake rehab buildings in Koreatown and dig a fucking footing with a coffee can? No. All right, but for $13 an hour, I'll do it.
I know this one guy that's got like a cushy sales job that you just go around, and sell at different big box stores. Man, this guy's sleeping in the parking lot, smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah, banging his girl in the fucking truck stop.
Night Gen Z, I tell you.
Well, I know. I know. That's why while I'm hearing him say that, I'm like, this is the same thing my dad was saying about my generation.
It's always that way.
I do think it's getting worse, but...
I'm in the sports world. I'm real lucky. Like, all the guys, my Gen Z dudes are like motivated.
Oh, yeah, MMA guys.
Fighting
no, I'll give an example. I won't use his name because I like him, but I made fun of him. But... stuff that would have never happened a million years ago. So I had a guy work here for a long time, and he said, I don't know, one day, it's not that he couldn't come in, maybe he had to leave early or something, but he had to go somewhere because his mom had thrown him a half birthday surprise party. half birthday surprise party. And I was like, I don't know if my mom knows what day my birthday is, but a half? You had a half birthday surprise party. And I said, why the fuck would she throw you a half birthday surprise party? And he said, well, she knew that if it was on my birthday, I would know I was getting a surprise party. So I did the half birthday, and I was like, oh man, your mom fucking loves the shit out of you. Yeah. But later on, when we all did shows in Portland, and we're playing the 2 shows at the Aladdin Theater, I think it was. Anyway,
the Bubblers.
We rented a giant extendo van, not unlike the one I sold the guy the other day. This is an extendo van because we had the whole crew. We had we're doing live podcasts. We had a whole bunch of people there, and the guy in charge of the van was the same guy. And so we rented this, and we took it from the airport to the hotel. Then everyone got he was taking us all from the hotel to the gig, and I did 2 shows. Now it's like 12:30 at night. I'm in signing autographs in the lobby, just about getting to the end of the night. And Mike says to the guy, go get the van and bring it around because we're all ready to go home now. And he goes, I left the van back at the hotel. And we go, well, we got the van so we could take us all to the hotel and not have to pay for cabs or Ubers. And why'd you leave the van? And he goes, I figured we'd be drinking pretty good tonight, and I didn't want to drive drunk. I was like, we're at work. We're working tonight. By the way, tell me the transmission took a shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just looked me right in the eye. He's like, well, we're planning on drinking hard. And I'm like, well, we're working. We're here working.
Yeah.
So now that's the same guy got the half birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
His mom loves to party. He loves to party.
There was no world where I would tell my boss, on a work night, I didn't bring your van you paid $400 for because I knew I was going to be shit-faced at work. I would never say that.
Yeah.
Now, you may have done your drinking in the parking lot and then driven the van
but
drunk.
I didn't tell my boss.
You did not tell your boss.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a new world order.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, when I was younger, we did just drink and drive. Mm-hmm. You know, we didn't tell anyone, but we just kept it low down. We go, I've had a couple of drinks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, staying on the car
But
subject.
that's so funny, though.
How bad is California housing crisis? A first-in-nation bill would let students live in cars. The Democratic proposal comes at a time the party looks to focus on cost of living issues.
Yeah, we don't have housing because we made it unaffordable. But, here's kind of my thing. It doesn't have to be this way in California. Like they go, with everything California. So what happened?
Mayhem's favelas, I'm telling you.
Yes, we pay $5.50 a gallon, and then the governor goes, the big oil companies are gouging us, and then they do a study, and it turns out we're gouging us with taxes and regulation and lack of capacity and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but it's like $3 in Tennessee.
It's $3 in Tennessee. It's $5.50 here. Now, I would say housing is almost the same. You know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be. It's not like plywood isn't available, or 2x4s, or pesticide. It's all available. We don't make it. We make it so regulated and so difficult. It's a self-fulfilling thing, but it's basically we beat ourselves with our own ball-peen hammer here. We just fuck ourselves up, and then we sit around and we go, there's no housing. It's like, because we created a climate that made it impossible to build housing, so we don't have housing. Now, we don't have to do it. There's a whole bunch of other states. Like, we should just go, hey, Tennessee, why do you have so much housing? Here's why. Why is your gas $3 a gallon? Here's why. Why don't you have graffiti everywhere? Here's why. Why don't you have homeless everywhere? Here's why. See, we're fucking retarded in California. We do this thing all the time where Gavin Newsom always goes, California leads the way. We lead. No. You guys are a cautionary tale, and all the other states make fun of you, and they act like you're not leading the way. You're the older brother who's in juvie. And your parents are going, you don't want to end up like Kevin, do you?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to end up like Kevin, do you? Because that's what California is. It's the older brother who's in juvie. Every third friend of mine had some older brother that was in juvie. And their fucking parents always go, you don't want to end up like Kurt. You want to end up like Kurt? So you know where Kurt is right now. He's pushing a broom in juvie right now.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Tennessee that are from California now, and they almost... if you ask them where they're from, they almost say like they know everybody is judging them for moving to Tennessee from California. They're like, I'm from California, but California is amazing. I was just in San Luis Obispo, and then I drove back. I was like, oh, this drive to LA is so amazing. I stopped halfway, sat on the beach for an hour. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
But it's like ruined by a lot of things like that, like a lot of regulation stuff.
Well, it's the thing that drives me insane is the self-imposed shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to do it. We do it to ourselves. I just played the theater over there in San Luis Obispo. It's great, man. Beautiful.
Fremont is what I did.
Yeah. Beautiful.
It was so great.
All right.
The town was great. The drive.
I have a piece of... I'm looking at my screen. I have a piece of sad news, which is a friend of mine passed over the weekend, and his name was Nicky Katt, and he was an actor. And I talked about him a time or two and I have his sort of resume. I'm trying to think. He was in Dazed and Confused. He was in Boiler Room. I mean, you can find. I think I told Byron to check his resume, but he's did a ton of movies. School of Rock. He was a
Gremlins.
He was a real child. Yeah, Gremlins. He was a child actor who worked as an adult as well. Worked with some of the biggest names, and
he's a who's who. Yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, he was an eccentric and interesting and funny guy, and he did a ton of work. And where I would see him,
everything. Look at that,
Planet Terror. Yeah, he worked with all the big directors, Soderbergh, and all those guys.
Character
loved him.
actor. Yeah, Django.
He did A Few Good Men. Was that it? Yeah. Wait, what was another one? All right, there's the point. Here's the point. He was a good dude, and he was a character. And Death Proof. I mean, it's a crazy resume.
Yeah.
And he was really good. And I would see him every year at Laguna Seca. He would come out and hang out with us at the track. And there's probably a picture somewhere maybe on the internet of us at Laguna Seca. I don't know. And he'd hang out with us at the track, and he'd always bring gifts. He's a sweet guy. Yeah, that's him at the track with me over at Laguna Seca there. There might be a picture of him. So but you'd have to, I don't know, punch in Nicky Cat car race or Laguna Seca or something, see if something pops up. But anyway, he was an eccentric guy, but a real smart guy and knew Hollywood. All the old stories and all the old schools, and worked with everyone, and would always show up with gifts for everybody. He'd show up with a Red Ryder BB gun for me and go, I heard you talking about Red Ryder BB gun. And he'd show up with stuff for my son. He brought gifts. Then they were not like trinkets. They were like gifts, and they were thoughtful. It would be based on, he would listen to what you said or hear what you talked about or remember some story you told last time he saw you. And he would bring gifts, and then we would go to our Airbnb, and we'd always say, come on, Nicky, hang out. And we'd go there, and we'd pick some crazy 70s movie that only he knew with Jan Michael Vincent in it. And we'd sit there and just drink whiskey and watch in this room while he kind of narrated over the film. And he was a sweet guy. He was a real smart and real bright, but eccentric and blah blah blah. And he fell on hard times, and his mom died, and I think he took his life. So it was really, really sad, because he was a real funny storyteller, and you just, hey man, you just don't know what people are thinking, man. You don't know what's going on in their head. But,
reach out to somebody. Man, I just got back from an MVP gala. It was Emerging Veterans and Players, the charity I work with, that does suicide prevention for military, and, this is near and dear to my heart. So if you got somebody out there struggling, reach out. And if you are struggling, reach out. This is a heavy subject for the comedy podcast, but I think that we all got to look around to the people near us, and if someone's withdrawing, you got to identify that, because you never know. You might, I don't know through the program how many lives I saved, but I know everyone that we lost, it sticks with you.
Yeah. Now, you get into that space where, like, they literally, the race people hit me up the other day, and they're like, hey, what car are you entering this year? And like, get ready, because it's in August. You got to get registered and whatever. And I was thinking, oh yeah, we'll go up there, and Nicky will hang out, have some drinks, and watch I'll figure out some old shitty 70s movie, Damnation Alley or something. We'll watch one of these movies, and he'll be laughing and having a drink and eating some barbecue. And it's like, not this year. Sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is sad.
Yeah, it's sad. I think his mom was kind of his world, and his mom passed, and his mom had some boyfriend and put everything in his name, and probably could have used the proceeds from a house sale or something like that, but ended up without it. And man,
got too heavy.
Yeah, I mean, what was good is we're sitting there and I was talking about Chips, the TV show, and he went, "Oh, I guest starred in an episode of Chips." And I was like,
yeah.
"You did?" He's like, "Yep." And I was like, "Oh, we're watching it right now." And he's like, "Yes, we are." We fucking got that fucking internet fired up, the smart TV, and 20 minutes later, I was sitting there with a drink in my hand, looking at a 11-year-old Nicky Cat starring in an episode of Chips from 1978.
Oh, man.
That was awesome.
God bless him, man. God bless him.
He was a
that
good
is
dude.
very sad. I mean, to have what I'm not familiar with him, but to have the kind of career that we just saw, and then it ends that way, it's very sad.
And then send yourself out.
Yeah.
Easy way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd heard about. I got a text on Saturday that he had passed from my friend Matt, who was his friend, good friend, and tried to help him and hang out the track with us and stuff like that. And honestly, at the beginning, because we've been doing this for a number of years, at the beginning, I thought he was kind of a weird dude, and I didn't really want him coming back to the Airbnb and eating our barbecue. But the last few years, I started looking forward to it because he was so funny, and he knew so much, and he knew all those bad 70s movies and stuff. And it was fun, and I haven't told my son yet because I think it's going to bum him out because he was really good to my son, and my son, who's known him since he was, 13, he's 18 now, he's kind of an old soul. So Nicky would kind of talk to him about these old movies and directors and guys he worked with, and my son into movies, and he could hear all the old stories. So it was kind of like a mentor thing going on. So I found out on Saturday, and it's always weird because people go, you got to go out and do 2 comedy shows tonight. How's that going to work? And I'm like, oh, I'm a sociopath. And no one will know anything. I'll compartmentalize. But now, we didn't know how he passed, but we were worried because he wasn't of ill health and he was not an old guy. So now we just kind of confirmed it.
Well, that thing about what you just said about comedy, though, that is something I've gotten pretty bad news before, and immediately have to go do a show. But the moment like your name is announced, you're just like, oh, here I am. I'm doing my thing now, and I never even think about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. It was funny because I was getting the news on like Saturday afternoon and had 2 shows. And somebody went like, well, that's got to be rough. And I'll be like, won't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
Weirdly, sadly, or for the better.
He used all 9 of his lives.
Yeah. I didn't even think about it until I got off the stage. Nicky Katz. Yeah, with 2 T's, though, by the way, not a Z. But anyway, good dude, eccentric, troubled in certain ways, brought a lot to the party, and kind of the last of a breed, like old Hollywood when Hollywood was kind of Hollywood before it got kind of, before we had intimacy coaches on the set, watching people make out, like old, 3 martini lunch, white dude Hollywood. Those when Tarantino makes a movie, that kind of Hollywood, Yeah, like Dan Tana's Hollywood.
I don't know what's really going on a movie set. I've never done a movie or even been around, but I know the old Hollywood sounds better.
Yeah. And he wasn't that old, but he started when he was 6 years old. So he started like 50 years ago and never left the set. So I don't know when his first, he's doing an episode of Chips as a kid. God, we watched that whole episode. See, you got to start drinking again.
I know,
because
I think so.
because it, minus the booze, that experience is like a 3.5. But with the booze, it's a 9.
Well,
'Cause
that's
you're
so
sitting
much
next
of
to the
life.
dude who's on that thing.
That is so much of life.
It is.
I often think, this would be fun if I were drinking. But I'm not drinking, so I'll just go home.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And I get sad. Like, I think about old stuff all the time. Like, driving down here from SLO, I was seeing these cities, and I was like, these are great, but people are going to find them, and they're going to ruin it. It just seems like every cool place I see, I'm like, when they find it, when the corporations find a way to build some stuff here, they're going to ruin this.
Humans tend to do that.
Yeah. I was getting up in my head because of Nikki's passing, but I was in Coronado. So San Diego, it's separated by a bridge, and San Diego is homeless people flopped out everywhere. And I had the Saturday, and I was like, I don't want to walk around and step in shit.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to drive over the bridge and go to Coronado. And when it got to Coronado was bucolic and picturesque, and they were having like some sort of book sales thing on the courtroom thing where everyone's walking around looking at books. And then on the other side, they had like a flower festival, and you could hear a band playing like park music in a gazebo, and you could eat off the sidewalk. There was no graffiti anywhere. Everyone was being totally polite. Every store was beautiful and picturesque. I mean, Coronado, I would do a car race there every year on the naval base, but I didn't go tool around Coronado that much. I showed up, did the race, went back to the Airbnb. I didn't go through Main Street, Coronado. And all I kept saying, and I was thinking about Nikki's gone, and then I was picturing all the homeless people in San Diego, and I was just looking around, and I went, it could be this way. It could be this way. This is doable.
Yes.
It's a bunch of fucking nice people who have some civic pride. Their lawns look nice. The houses have a fresh coat of paint on them. It's not all about money. It's just like, this could be it. People are being nice and courteous to one another.
Just being nice and caring about your own space and other people.
Right. We could do this as I looked around, but we won't. But this it's weird because you go from the homeless situation in San Diego, you literally just drive over a bridge, and 9 minutes later, you're standing in the middle of Mayberry, 1954, and you're like, fuck, I got the Benz.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to stop in Sherman Oaks and decompress a little before I got here. Now everything's nice and clean, and
The Truman Show.
I'm hearing music coming in from a calliope, and I'm like, why? People are selling their art and stuff.
Yeah, and it really is not about money. If people just care about their space.
I said, look, everyone does way too much with the money. You go, look, your house, curb appeal. It doesn't really cost any money to keep the front of your house looking good. Now, you got to burn calories, but it doesn't really.
Yeah.
A gallon of primer costs $26. It's not a financial issue. The issue is you getting on a fucking A-frame ladder and doing your fascia. But it's not the actual primer that costs anything. And you keeping the lawn nice, and you keeping the walkway swept, and that's all just energy. That has nothing to do with finances.
The effort exerted shows through.
Yeah, just cutting the grass. In my neighborhood, it's pretty nice, but it's like there are people that live there that never cut their grass, and it's like you're walking by and it looks like that old video game Paperboy, where the one house has it's falling apart and the grass is growing.
I went to South Philly. I was doing some shows in Philly, and this is about 10 years ago, and I said, I want to see my dad's old brownstone South Philly piece of shit house he grew up in, I remember going there when I was a little kid, and his mom lived there. And so I went and found the address to my dad's South Philly old house. And I just had the cab driver just drop me off. And it's the only time I ever felt sorry for my dad, because my dad, I was like, that guy's lazy, he doesn't do anything, But I looked at this place, and I looked at the neighborhood, and I was like, oh, man, I'd be a bitch growing up here in South Philly. And then I walked, and I was like a little nervous, because it was a kind of rough neighborhood, but mostly it was trashy. It was like old sofas parked there, garbage everywhere. It was junky. It was garbagey, and it's shitty looking. And all I did is at some point as I crossed one street, just one major street, I just crossed at the crosswalk, and I got to that side, and I stopped, and I went, why is it so clean?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, we have stuff like that here.
Yes.
Like I just drove back from San Diego. You drive all the way through Orange County. You're like, hey, this is pretty nice. And then you get into LA and it's like the roads turn to shit, garbage everywhere, shopping carts, even weird just dead weeds by the side. Everything looks like shit. As soon as you get to LA, Orange County, you're like, oh, nice. And so I thought, oh, this side of the street must be cut off for the city jurisdiction or the county or something like that. And I walked to the other side and I just looked and I was like, wow, this gets so clean all of a sudden. And I finally said to somebody, I go, what is the difference between this side of the street and that side of the street? And why is it so different? And the person went, this is the Asian neighborhood. And I went,
oh, yeah.
Oh, they care. They're fucking out sweeping their shit and picking up. And I was like, oh, okay, they care. They're not rich. It's the same place. They just give a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what'll do, people.
Well, it's like people throw trash on the ground or they miss the trash can and it stays. And they're like, their attitude is, well, somebody will pick this up. Somebody is paid to do this.
Yeah.
But in my neighborhood, like after trash day, I'll go and pick up the trash that might have fallen out of the cans, just so our neighborhood doesn't look trashy.
I was walking past up the sidewalk here, about a block from here, past a business, and it was all in front, and it's a dance studio for kids, but all along the sidewalk is all those black stains from gum.
Oh,
because people like drop their kids off or they get out of the car, and before they go into the dance studio, they shoot the gum out.
Oh, yeah.
But the thing that was crazy is the sidewalk had all those black dots all over it, all the gum all over it. The street and the curb and the hedge, right? Nothing. There wasn't. It's like people didn't have the dignity to turn their head 4 degrees and shoot the gum into the street at least.
Yeah.
Versus the fucking sidewalk where all the kids are walking and everything.
Well,
and it's like
I'm actually tiling my bathroom with just gum.
Just gum?
Yeah. Everyone's spitting. If you guys want to come over,
I found the 2 hardest substances known to man.
I know.
It is gum on a sidewalk, which just never goes away.
Yeah.
It's just black. It's a black spot. It never goes away. But that's the strongest, the thing everyone should make the houses out of, is the paint on the crosswalk, because I've seen the street fucking disintegrate, but the paint is still. I'll trip over the paint because the street's 3 inches low around. It's like, I don't know who made this paint, but I want to fucking paint my car and my house with this shit, because our streets are so decrepit over here. The paint stays together, but the asphalt's long gone.
Oh yeah, I want some of that paint. I want some 5G blocking paint.
Put that paint on the fascia of the house in the shitty neighborhood, and they wouldn't have to redo it but every 60 years.
The wood rots behind the paint.
Termites can't get through it. Die of suffocation.
I'm telling you, when you go to a really shitty street in LA, that paint is still there, but everything around it is gone.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me give Dusty a plug over here. Dusty's got the podcast. We're having a good time. Co-hosted with his wife. Talk mainly about soup, but they'll get into other subjects.
It's I talk about planting fruit trees, and I talk about, I got a little land in McMinnville, Tennessee, and I'll go out and plant fruit trees. And
sick.
The night shift tour is ongoing, traveling all to a town near you, doing his funny stand-up. DustySlay.com is where we go.
Yes, DustySlay.com. All my social medias are at Dusty Slay. The shows are great. I always tell people that I do a relatively clean show, right? So it's like, it's not for kids, but if you want to bring your grandmother or your aunt to the show, she's not going to be embarrassed that you brought her there.
You can go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows, because I'm touring around all over too. And until next time, it's Adam for Mayhem and Dusty Slay saying Mahala.
It's time to check Adam's voicemail.
All right. Well, no shit. I just heard your podcast thingy for the first time, calling from the Netherlands. Name is Remco van Heugden. Yeah, try to pronounce that. But great show, Mr. Carolla. I saw less equity, more water, fixing LA's fire response. And yeah, right up my alley. The humor that you use to address political issues. But yeah, keep on rocking and I'll keep on checking in.
You can leave us a message at 888-634-1744.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate
dude.
that.
Danke Shane, or whatever they say out there in the Netherlands.
Yeah. Something else, but
Something, right?
Yeah. What do you got in the news?
In the news, let's just jump right into it. Elon Musk rips those who accused him of giving the Nazi salute and says they need better dirty tricks. I don't know. The whole room is split. I think it was a wild out my heart goes on Celine Dion gesture, or he's trolling the shit out of us.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
I hate to analyze.
Little Hitlerian. Listen, I think he's trolling.
Yes,
I do.
so do
He's
I.
having fun fucking with people.
Yep.
These fucking guys are so funny. It's kind of like, when you get stoned and you try to put a hat on your dog or something. The dog starts to moving his head weird, and you just start laughing. I think that's kind of what it's come to now. I think he's now trolling.
He went full tism. Like he went.
People.
So yeah, I don't know. I think more. It's like, what do you get for the guy who's got everything? Attention.
Yeah, attention and trolling.
He's
also
getting off on it.
I don't know what anyone. I was telling Joe earlier today about. There's a crazy story that I remember from 4.5 years ago where a guy worked for like San Diego Power Company and he was hanging his hand out of the side of his utility truck and he had it in an OK sign and somebody took a picture of it, like this is a white supremacy thing. First off, when did everything become a sign for white supremacy? Like OK, when I was a kid, just meant OK. And people are like, yeah, well, but if you put your hand down, it's like, then that means you're jacking them off? Like, when did everything, and also this connection thing where they go, Trump's doing his address on July, that's 7/19, 2025. Now, if you take 7 and you go to the 7th page of Mein Kampf, Hitler's book, you'll see some writings there about a demon who's coming. And then you take the 19 and you add it to the 25, right? But you back out 45 because he was the first president. He was 45, now he's 47. So you back out 45, but you add, and then you go to page 114 of Mein Kampf, and you go down the middle. And I'm like, okay, I think you're making shit up. I don't know what this is. Everyone waves or everyone does something. The OK sign. This guy got fired from his job at the power company for hanging his fucking hand out the window. There's a picture of it. And his guy, first off, he's Mexican, which I always love. I love it when it doesn't slow the roll when you go, well, this guy's Mexican. You think he's in the Klan? It's like, I don't care. We're moving ahead. And us as Dumbos just went through some bizarre era in time where like someone would call the power company and go, yeah, I got one of your employees there. He may be smoking a cigarette and he may be flicking a booger, but he also may be part of the Hitler scene. And then you just call the supervisor and they go, what's his name? I don't know, but we got his truck number. Ramirez. All right, we'll fire him. What's next? There's another guy over here who doesn't want to take an experimental vaccine for something that's not dangerous to him. All right, well, let's fire them too. Now what? Well, now you're all getting sued, you fucking retards. But we just went through this. Now that's all they do. But I hope Elon is trolling them now.
I think so. I mean, there's no way.
I didn't see this.
He's a spastic guy, but you saw him on SNL. He can act like a normal dude when he wants to.
I did see him tweet a bunch of pictures of all all the Hillary Clintons and the Elizabeth Warrens and stuff all holding the hand out.
I know.
Hitler's side too,
but if you watch back the tape, has that clear like right hand, like he's throwing it out there.
No, this is part of the troll. You
that's what I mean.
You do that, you get the reaction, then you find a bunch of pictures of Hillary Clinton doing the salute, and you make a montage of that, and you put it up, and now it's part of the troll. But it's weird. It's like kind of like, again, it's sort of like fucking with your cat with the hat or your dog with the hat. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And when I see like the hard left people like worrying about having to move out because Trump and Hitler and stuff like that, I think they buy into it, I guess. I don't know what they think. I don't know. I find it amusing just because they're such fucking blowhards that I love just seeing them. I love seeing them wring their hands together. But it's a weird posture to have, I guess, or maybe it's just their job. I don't know how much of it is. I mean, Trump was, called Hitlerian and a dictator for, 4 months, and then he won, and everyone's like, hey, all right, hey, here you go. Here's the keys to the White House. Thank you. Good to see I left you a note. Don't forget me note. A little love note. Well, Hitler. Dear Hitler, hope you enjoy the Oval Office. Okay, so I don't know what they mean. Do they think this? I don't. I mean, Joe Biden said that Trump was a threat to democracy, right? Over and over and over again. So Joe Biden shouldn't have left behind a note to Adolf Hitler 2.0. He should have left behind a bomb, right? To protect democracy. Like, everyone gets checked and screened, but I don't think Joe Biden gets patted down before he walks into the White House. Joe Biden need to go full Valkyrie.
Yeah.
He needed to take like George Washington's head and fill it with C4 and put it on a fucking timer.
Yeah, the Lincoln bedroom all
He could have got that in there, and the note would have just said, oh God, let's see, I'm trying to, it would have said, Anara or something. No, wait, that was Con Air. Whatever, would have been a Schwarzeneggian.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, out go the lights. And Trump would have looked at it and then fired. You know what I mean?
Anti-personnel mine.
Yeah.
Underneath the Oval Office desk. Like that kind of strategy.
Well,
Home Alone type paint cans falling down on him.
If in fact he is a threat to our civilization, our way of life, and to democracy, then you don't leave him a thoughtful note that you give a little spritz of cologne on before you put it into the desk. You leave him a bomb.
You make him hang out with Morning Joe.
Oh, then he kills himself?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, what else you got?
Well, there's a Trump Teachers Union webinar encourages teachers to oppose Trump and make students in the U.S. illegally feel less afraid. I guess it was like a Zoom meeting sort of deal where they, just talked bad and how to prohibit immigration agents from venturing onto school grounds.
Oh, that's the beauty of California, because we're going to put 10 minutes into rebuilding this place, and the rest of the time we're going to be putting into trying to Trump-proof it. Like, we're going to Trump-proof California. It's like, I don't know. I'll take a little Trump in here now.
You got to hire your Trump inspector.
Yeah, deputy Trump inspector.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want people deported. I always like to go, Tom Homan's the greatest. That guy?
Tom Homan?
He's the new border czar. And he's the greatest because he gets all these fucking yentas in the Senate and in Congress, and they're always doing these weird gotcha things, and he doesn't give a fuck. He's a pit bull, and they're like, and you're gonna take these parents and you're gonna deport these parents and you're gonna separate them from their children. And he goes, they don't have to be separated. Well, how are they gonna, you're taking the parents away. How are they not separated? He goes, they can go with them. And then the fucking women go, what? It's Doss, we're gonna have 10,000 China moments, like where the chick's in there, she's in the fucking room and she's going, you keep calling it the China virus, and you say, do you realize what that does? It's saying it comes from China and the discrimination. Why do you keep saying China? Why do you call it the China virus? And he goes, because it's from China. Fuck off, bitch. We're going to have thousands of those now. Tom Homan's that's going to be a highlight reel of him telling. There's a Tom Homan, is it Holman or Homan?
Homan, I believe.
Homan. There's an AOC, there's AOC questioning Homan somewhere in a like tweet or something. It's great. It's going to be so fucking fun trolling all these fucking nutty.
That's what we're in for.
That's what we're in for.
Yeah.
And I'm all in because I'm fucking tired of these idiots running this country. So, they're going to take the illegals. They're going to throw them out.
Yes.
But they always go, they'll go to him. They'll go, you want them to throw out people even if they didn't commit a crime? And he goes, they committed a crime. They came to this country illegally. And they go, they don't know what to fucking do with themselves. This is going to be funny.
Yeah, Trump actually issued
we're going to Trump-proof California.
Yeah, of immigration-related executive orders on the first day of his new term. It looked like his orders seek to do the following. End birthright citizenship for future children born to mothers who are in the United States unlawfully or temporarily.
Remain in Mexico is the one that would have. Biden undid it immediately, and that's what caused it all. The thing is, you want to come here? Good. Stay in Mexico. We'll vet you. That stopped it. But he undid that.
Yeah, he's directing federal agencies to identify countries that do not provide sufficient information on their nationals to bar those nationals from entry to the U.S.
Yeah, it's just we're going to bring back rules, and that'll be nice for those
he's going to send the military to the border.
He's going to designate the cartels as terrorist groups.
Yeah, that is the most interesting thing to me.
They've been talked about.
Yeah, that opens up a lot of options militarily to fight the cartels. It's going to be an interesting time on the border there.
Dawson, does that AOC Homan thing exist? Oh, you have it. Put it on. Tell Byron. Byron, can you hear me? Put it on the screen when you got it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
I was downloading it first.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
you got it. Well,
he's restricting funds from sanctuary cities, and will take legal action against them, designating the cartels as migrant gangs, MS-13 and Tren de Arruga as foreign terrorist organizations.
All right, so we just got rid of a fucking weak, willowy, bald-headed pussy in Mayorkas who would do nothing about what's going on at the fucking border. As a matter of fact, if you think they didn't give a fuck about the border, why during that whole fake Haitian horse whipping thing, why did they all rush to a microphone and attack the Border Patrol and say shades of Jim Crow and shades of slavery if they didn't hate the Border Patrol? Why didn't they go, we looked at it closely, we spoke to the photographer, it isn't that. Why did they all jump on it as an act of racism?
On what part? I don't know.
There were Haitian guys trying to swim the Rio Grande or whatever it is. Border Patrol was on horseback.
Yeah.
And they had their reins,
yes.
and there were and Biden knew they didn't have a whip, and this wasn't shades of slavery or Jim Crow. And so did Kamala Harris, and so did every official. But it was an interesting tableau. It was a white guy on a horse with reins and a black skinny guy on the run. And it was very, the
optics were bad. It looked like it was in a Tarantino movie.
It was very Django Unchained, right? Yes. So Biden, who knew the story and all these people who have access to all this information knew what the real story was, but immediately ran to a microphone and started talking about racism. Why? What are they doing? Oh, you're certainly, what are you trying to do? Get half the people who work for the Border Patrol to quit? Like, why are you weaving racism into this scene? What is your motivation?
Because the backlash.
You're trying to just anger black people. All Biden wanted to do was agitate black people, so that's why he said it. Now, he's a president of the United States, and Kamala's a vice president, so they would have access. They would be able to go, I want to talk to the agent. I want to know if he had a whip. I want to have a couple pros take a good look at these pictures and see what was going on. I want to talk to anyone who was on the ground there. I want to speak to the photographer and see what he saw. And I want this information before I grab a microphone and start yelling about shades of Jim Crow. But they did not. They did not. They went right to it. Why?
Because reactionary moves the needle. You know, you get
because
engagement.
we agitating black people and making them think we live in a racist nation is good for us.
No.
They just lost on it, but that's good. All right, here's Tom Homan. This is great. There are going to be 1,000 China moments.
And so the recommendation of the many that you recommended
AOC.
family separation.
I recommend a zero tolerance.
Which includes family separation.
The same as is with every U.S. citizen parent gets arrested when they're with a child.
Zero tolerance was interpreted as the policy that separated children from their...
If I get arrested for DUI and I have a young child in the car, I'm going to be separated. When I was a police officer in New York and I arrested a father for domestic violence, I separated that father
Mr.
from his
Homan, with
family.
all due respect, are not charged with any crime.
When you're in the country illegally, it's violation 8 United States Code 1325.
Seeking asylum is legal.
If you want to seek asylum, you go through the port of entry, do it the legal way. The Attorney General of the United States has made that clear.
Okay.
Please China. China.
Figuring
They said,
it out
fuck
in
you,
real
bitch.
time, yeah.
You're not talking to fucking pussy Mayorkas anymore. You're talking to a guy who's fucking into laws.
Yeah.
He's going to enforce them, and he knows what the codes are, so fuck off.
So he's a new guy.
Now the border's going to be shut.
It up.
And by the way, once the word gets out that that's the dude instead of fucking Mayorkas, it's shut.
Like
people stop.
Coach right
people
there.
stop showing up.
You're right.
They're not even
standing at the. I can't wait to see the cartoon of him standing at the wall.
They're not even going to try, but they're going to have lots of China moments. That's all. That's all. It's going to be good. All right. What else you got?
Well, here's a weird one that a couple with a fake fire truck busted for impersonating firefighters. I didn't ask the guys if they had an image of these people in their fake fire
I
truck.
saw a picture.
Oh, you did?
I was impressed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Because I heard the story, like these guys had a fake fire truck. I was like, okay. They had a Ford F-150 that was red. And they put a couple of sticker magnet sign things that said LA Fire Department on the side, but that's not a fake fire truck.
That's fire inspector.
Oh, no, they had a fire truck.
Really?
They got a fire truck. In the picture I saw,
I didn't see it. Yeah,
they had a fire truck.
That's why the buried the lead here, because I did it. They admitted to the deputies they had entered the evacuation zone. So I don't know what they were doing exactly. They got busted for it. I know. I would think looting, but it didn't say that they were caught with anything.
Is looting... Okay, let me say this. When... It's a fucking fire truck. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. It's a legit fire truck.
All right. You guys tell me if you concur with this. Looting, when I was a kid, people would get their TVs and their stereos ripped off, right?
Yeah.
I have 3 75-inch TVs. They're sitting in the entry hall, right?
Yeah.
I can't give them away. I think I got Dawson with one. I go out there and find my guy Roberto. Roberto, poor Mexican. I know he's poor. I pay him. He's poor. It's a poor Mexican man. I go out there. He's working on the side. I go, Roberto, you want a free 75-inch flat panel TV? He goes, well, let me see. Comes walking in and he goes, no, I'm good. I go, Jesus Christ. I would have fucking blown a dude with AIDS for a 75-inch flat panel TV at any point in my life, except for really like the last 18 months. 2 years. I was yelling at everybody when I was watching TV, watching football over the weekend, as I do. I have a beer and I yell at everyone. Because they're kind of forced to listen because of my TV.
Yeah.
My shop, I set up Kimmel at his house once as a gift for him and all he's done for me many years ago. I'm talking 20 plus years ago. 2 42-inch Gateway TVs. Gateway, the computer, made a sort of first-gen, semi-inexpensive flat panel 42. I bought him 2. They were $3,000 each. each. Now, I just bought a 100-incher, $1,900. But the point is I got 75 inches. I can't fucking give them away. No one gives a shit anymore. So you're certainly not looting stereo equipment.
Yeah.
You're not stealing anyone's TV because these things are big as shit, hard to loot, and not have no street value. And evidently no value because I beg people to take these TV sets. I got Dawson up for one. Byron's up for another. Right.
What? So now you only have one left?
One left.
Oh, me and Joe are going to fight to the death for
fight over it. All right. It's also weird because spiritually, a 75-inch TV is worth more than all the gold in the world and all the love a child could provide.
Something magic about a TV.
It is. Yeah. If somebody said to me, "What would you rather have?" But like, there's nothing else you can do. But all the gold in the world, I'd kind of go, "Yeah, but I don't know. What do I do with it? Make fillings?" You know, the love of your children. I mean, I like them. They're okay. Or a 75-inch TV that you could just watch in perpetuity. I'm taking the TV. If you said it, you'd be trapped on an island with your favorite person or 75-inch TV. I'm like, well, eventually that person would try to eat me.
Yeah,
so I'm going with the TV. It's so symbolically great to me. You cannot loot TVs. People used to steal like phonographs and shit, stereo tuners and stuff, speakers. People would steal speakers. Can't do that. So is it all? It's all just jewelry. It's all jewelry and cash, right? There is there's no more items.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh man, that's a brass bed. You can't do big. You can't steal a fucking Sub-Zero refrigerator. This refrigerator's worth $4,000, but you can't. It's all just cash. It's cash and jewelry. That's it.
Yeah.
And these guys figure these houses have jewelry and have cash, and people fled.
Yeah.
Right? Is that where we're at?
I guess. I don't know. I don't know what came out of those houses. Yeah, definitely not a flat screen.
You know what's weird, the time we're living in? Oh, yeah. Oh, like some Rolex watches.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for if I'm a looter.
We're living in a time, if someone would have said to me, like in the 70s, in the 80s, people steal car stereos all the time, right? If somebody said to me, in the future, they're not going to steal electronics, TV sets, car stereos, none of that. Stereos, none of it. But there'll be more dog stealing than TV stealing. I'd go, get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck wants a dog? You know what I mean? Yeah. The idea that people are being held up for their dog. The dog has more value than the TV set. At this point, there's no more snatching TV sets. It's dogs. Or electronics, or car stereos.
People are starting to pay for experiences.
Is that what it is, the snatching?
Exactly, yeah.
Of Lady Gaga's dog?
Shot up to. Hey, and they let that guy out of jail. Like
they
on
did?
accident.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, paperwork snafu. Let Lady Gaga's dog walker shoot her.
And also, Lady Gaga did that move. She's like, $500,000 to find my dog, no questions asked.
And then somebody got
the dog. She's like, I got a couple of questions. And they're like, what happened to the 500? Well, some questions asked. That's what it is.
I think the statute of limitations is up on it. So I want you to know I've stolen a dog.
Nice.
For fun or profit or what?
I felt my neighbor was mistreating his dog. He left it home for 10 days while he went to Spain.
Really?
And I liberated the dog.
Was he from Spain?
No.
American guy?
Asian bodybuilder.
Oh, Asians. Yeah. There are a lot of cultures that don't see dogs like Whitey sees the dog, you know? Like
he was a guy who needed a personality. He got a dog. He tried improv. He did this. He body built. He was like one of those guys who just like needed to find something. And he got a dog and he mistreated it. And I liberated that dog and rehomed him without telling anybody.
Wow. I kind of like that. But it is funny. Like, again, certain cultures, like the Middle Eastern cultures, like he lays down with dogs. And I'm like, yeah, I love it when Phil sleeps on my bed with me. Yeah. You know, like I like sleeping with my dog. Yeah. If you get with certain cultures, even like My nanny was like Guatemalan, and like Phil, 110-pound lab, would jump onto the bed and like lay down in the middle of the bed while you're watching TV. And she'd just like walk in and go, ugh, the fuck? That dog's outside all day and now he's fucking sleeping on top of your son? And I'm like, yeah, he is. And then she'd be like, yeah, with not allowed. Where she's from, that fucking dog doesn't go anywhere near that bed. And by the way that dog is taught not to go in the bed is not with jerky treats. It's a front ball kick to the ribs. It's a fucking kick to the ribs. And that's the fact. You can teach him with the jerky treats. That takes a while. Yeah. Shot to the ribs. That's one and done. And that's how those cultures roll.
Yeah.
So they got like different ways of treating their dogs.
If you're from a culture with a lot of street dogs, you look at them very different. We know inside dogs. They know street dogs. Yeah. So street dog is a different vibe, and it gets stuck in your head. You like become racist against dogs.
Phil, during the summer, would go out the back door and immediately dive in the pool, right? And then Phil, 110-pound of wet Phil, would like come right back to the back door and be like, hey, boss, I need back in the house now. And I'd go, and then Olga would yell, don't let him in the house. Don't let him in the house. But look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. He can't go in the pool and then come in the house. Okay. Dry off, Phil. Just dry off out here. It's hot outside. You dry off. I'm going in the den. I'd go sit down in the den out here. Ooh. Oh, he's barking now. He's got to come in. Olga be yelling, don't let him in. He's wet. I'll go, okay, Phil, you can come in. Let Phil and Phil come trucking in right down onto the sofa. Just Olga come in. What the fuck? You can't let him in the house. He wanted to come in. Look at his eyes. He barked. He did that woof bark. Like it wasn't barking at something. He was telling me, come, let me in. I couldn't do it. Phil got lucky because I got fucked out of a dog as a kid. There's no dogs. I wanted a dog. I wanted a big dog. That's all I wanted. And then at some point I got Phil and I'm like, okay, no rules for you. We're best friends. You do whatever you want.
Gave you a personality.
Gave me a personality. Yeah. I started bodybuilding. I took an improv class. I did. Yeah. But the dog. That's what gave me my meaning. All right. Save the rest of the news for someone who cares. Covina tonight. 7:30, doing a live podcast. Oh, you're going to be there, right?
Let's get it on.
We're going to get it on up there. Paul Rodriguez, very funny Stamps, going to join me as well. Boca Raton coming up January 30th. Naples, got shows coming up in Naples, Torrance, Austin. Just go to adamcarolla.com for all the live shows. Until next time, Adam Carolla, Mayhem Miller saying mahala. The number one quality of an action superstar in a movie, the number one quality, the one you can't replicate. Because, this guy kicks ass. Jason Statham, throwing punches, throwing kicks, throwing elbows. Like, okay, but that's what you do all day. And there's literally thousands of guys on the planet now who can throw elbows and knees and, do all the stuff they do in their fight choreograph.
Definitely trying to increase that percentage with my coaching.
Yes. And then they show Tom Cruise running all the time. He's running. But there's thousands of guys who can run faster than Tom Cruise.
Millions, maybe.
He runs hard. For some reason, it's a big deal to see him run. I don't know why, but it's just he runs.
It's a meme. We've all gotten used to it.
He likes to run.
He had good form in his early days.
He pumps his arms. He runs.
His arms, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here's the number one thing they never talk about, and it affects all action superstars. And it's the most unrealistic thing he does. It's not driving. It's not firing a gun. It's not kicking ass. It's not running. It's not jumping. It's none of the stuff they show. It's the grip. The grip. This guy just hangs off the side of an airplane. I saw those Afghanistan guys trying to get on that C-130. None of them are here in the States. None of them made it past 700 feet. Not this guy. He hangs on to everything all the time. He hangs off the side of the building. He hangs off the side of multiple airplanes. There'll be a scene. If they did a scene in real life, if they said to Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham and all those guys, could you simulate a fight right now? They'd go, yeah. Paul, could you run right now? Yeah. What if I took a rope and just chucked it off the top of this 28-story building? You think you could dive out and grab it and swing back up? No, not in a million years. The craziest thing he has is grip. Grip. And all action stars have grip. And they also have some sort of superhuman grip.
Yes.
Because the fight is the fight. But there are a lot of guys who can fight. The running is the running. Every kid can run. The driving the car, I can drive a car like that. But I can't slide off the side of a blimp when I'm on the top of the blimp, slide down the side and grab a light marker with one hand and pull myself back up. That I cannot do. Nobody can do it. It's all grip. And they always talk about, oh, come on, this guy kicked the ass of this karate master, or he beat up 5 guys at once. Okay, it's still under the realm of believable. The grip. And if you just said with Tom Cruise, look, we got to delete all the grip-based scenes in Mission Impossible. Every movie would be 14 minutes long, and there'd be no franchise. Every movie's him. He could be on the side of an airplane, or he could be sliding out of a train car. Oh, grab. Never misses, by the way. He never misses. I don't even know why the people around him are ever concerned, because it's like, oh, look at him. Never misses the grip.
There's a handhold.
It's always a grip. It's grip. Yeah. All the other stuff you can do, not the grip.
An overhand on the wing of a biplane.
He's constantly gripping things. Yeah. And I don't know where he gets that kung fu grip. But that, and they do it with other stars, too. Also, there's a weird, another thing about guys who fall off the side of cliffs or side of buildings or something, and then they grip them, or they climb back up the rope. At some point, when they're like 80 stories up, they get their head up to the floor and they go, "Thanks, bro." My feeling, I'm still out of the building. Like I'm not doing a victory dance until you fucking pull me until we get in the lobby of this building. I love it.
Celebration.
Yeah, they get like
yes.
Even the women go, "Thanks, Bobby." It's like you're still outside the building, bitch, and you're just hanging on. If you took any woman I know and said, "Look, we're just going to blow out the window on the 80th story. I'm just going to hang you out the side, no ropes, no harness, nothing. You just put your elbows up on the tile," I don't think she'd be relaxed.
No.
All right.
Planking.
Grip is the number one fake action star quality, and you can't make a movie without grip.
Yeah.
There is no action movie that doesn't involve grip. At some point, the girlfriend falls out of the car and you grab them, the fireman hold. At some point, you're sliding off the top of the plane or the building or something. It's all grip. They never talk about grip. They never go, well, who had a better grip, Schwarzenegger or Stallone? It's always grip.
But Stallone.
And it's the phoniest thing ever. And all Tom Cruise does is grab shit.
Yeah.
He's spent more time outside of airplanes than inside of airplanes in this franchise.
Third class.
If you tallied all the time spent on the airplane versus all the time spent outside of the airplane, there would be more outside the airplane.
My dad actually got drugged by a C-130. And the story's pretty quick, where he just got
dragged
on the static line.
Oh, drugged.
Got banged up again. My dad cracks up harder than anybody at that.
Wait, was he trying to jump out of a C-130?
The 82nd Airborne. Somebody stopped the line of guys who jump out the back with a static line. He shoved the guy, and the static line caught his arm. He got hung up on the plane, banged a couple times, and then...
So he dragged behind the plane?
He did.
At altitude?
At altitude, and walked it off.
That's a dude.
That is a dude. Love you, Dad.
Static line... It's not. There's no free fall in the static.
No,
right?
you come out. They pour you out of the back of a C-130. It was a giant cargo plane. Everybody jumps out there, attach it. All their equipment flies down below them, and they open the chute. And you got to get down to the ground as soon as possible. So if the enemy's firing at you, you don't have much time.
You know why I could never work on any action movie?
Why?
Because like in Fast and Furious 5 or 6 or whatever it was, they got the C-130. They all got their super buggies lined up. And then they all were going to fly over the target, the mountain target, and they're going to parachute out the back of the C-130 and down and then release the parachute and then take off, which is all fine action sequence. But here's why I couldn't work on any of these. They pulled all the cars into the C-130 forward, and then at some point when they got to 28,000 feet, the gate opened, and they all backed out. And I would argue that you should back into the C-130. Like Dr. Drew backs into the spot in my parking lot. Every time he backs in because he likes to shave a couple of tens. He's always in a hurry. He gets in his car. He leaves. And he wants to shave 14 seconds off backing. Right. But if you were going to be, let's just ask everyone you know. If somebody said, you're going to have to put your car in a C-130, and then when we get up to 20,000 feet, you're going to drive out of the back of the C-130, wouldn't you load it facing the back of the C-130? There's no weight distribution problem. But you think you'd like to drive out of the back of the C, not be looking over your shoulder? You're adjusting the mirror. Some guy banged your mirror. You go into the side. You hit the side of the C-130 because you're not going straight.
Scrape.
You're already driving a car out of an airplane. Let's do it in reverse.
Like let's add a little extra difficulty level to this endeavor. Why would you not load those? And by the way, you got all the time in the world to load up the C-130. That you do that the night before. Right? It was like, we're in a hurry. I would argue everything you put in a C-130 is probably back it in because you have guys on the ground. You're sitting. Well, first off, you're on the ground, right? You're on. Why is everyone backing out of this C-130?
Optics. Well, I guess, you want to be in your seat looking up at the sky.
I would also argue you guys are driving highly modified vehicles that do not have all the mirrors and all the sensors and all the stuff. You got a 72 Challenger with a Hemi in it. You can't see what's behind you. Every single car... See, this is why I couldn't work. I couldn't work because I'd go, why they... But they'd be backed in, right? Yeah, no. I'd go, no, of course. You have 11 cars all backing out of a C-130. And by the way, they're side to side. They could hit each other. Okay. And wouldn't you want to be oriented forward when you went out of the C-130? Like, would you like to have your back to the ground? Would you like to be looking out the front windshield as you went into the wild blue yonder? You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you want to be there? It's insane.
Everybody's dropped like a stone. I feel like this is the best documentary I ever watched.
Oh, it's a great doc. It's great. Now, the whole reason they did this is because Tyrese had to try at the end to not get pulled out because they knew he was going to chicken out, and they had to fire it out from the back of the car. They could have done it from the front, but it's better from the back, and so that's why they had to do it. That's why they had to do it. But I would argue there is no world. Let's just say this. If the Navy SEALs were pulling some kind of deep covert ops, trying to get Bin Laden's cousin or something, and they loaded up those cool quad buggies into a C-130 and they were going to parachute out over Afghanistan, would they ever not back them in? Would they back out of a C-130 blindly just sail out of the back of a C-130? All right, so that's fake. But grip is still the fakest.
I figure if you had that kind of grip, you'd have a forearm like a ham hock.
Grip is... I think grip...
You'd be all day with those 70s squeezy
spring things.
You know what I mean? Or you'd be constantly with the extra hard stress ball all day under your desk while you're doing spy stuff.
I think grip is hereditary.
Kinda.
I think it's kind of like male pattern baldness and stuff like that. I knew dudes who had crazy grip. I never did. Now, I was sort of strong in other ways, but I never had grip. I had friends that had grip, and then I had a friend who had like crazy, nutty, intense grip.
And then there's like grip, natural and trained together.
Yeah.
Like the guy who can take a nut off of a lug nut off a car with his bare hands just because he's been, wrenching so long.
Yeah, I haven't met that guy, but I get what you're saying.
I have.
Nobody takes a lug nut off a rim.
I've seen him do it with my own eyes, bud.
Please.
I'm talking death grip.
No, nobody said death grip for like 200 foot-pounds of torque. But all right, but no, look, they're guys that have. My friend Chris used to put his hand on top of my skull, and he just starts squeezing my skull to a point where it felt like his fingers were going to pop through my skull.
Let me tell you, Coach, you go to jiu-jitsu for about 6 months, and man, you turn into a different animal. My grip turns into steel.
Really?
Because, if I have a jacket and we're fighting with the jacket, because you hold on to this, it makes your hands so damn strong.
All right.
Meaty fingers.
The jacket's the jacket of the gi?
Sorry, gi
okay.
jacket. I'm saying
jacket.
like a cool guy.
No, I get it. All right. So look out for Tom Cruise and grip, because that's going to be the entire movie. And now he must have a harness when he hangs off the side of the biplane, and then they must cut it out.
Yeah.
But that's really him hanging off.
Oh, yeah. He's still doing that stuff. That's wild.
All right. Erica's got dates all over. Very funny stand-up comedian. And you can just go to ericarhodescomedy.com for all the live dates. I got my new vlog coming out. It is out as we speak on the whole burning and everything of Palisades and Malibu. And I got my buddy Glenn, the contractor's back up this week.
Oh, nice.
Handling the cleanup on PHS.
When do you move back?
PCH. I don't know. So, but you can check that out at adamcarolla.com. We had a stat up there, Andrew, that you took down right before this, which is interesting. In general, higher percentage of women than men report taking psychiatric medications.
Yeah.
Specifically, one study found 21% of women report taking psychiatric drugs compared to 12% of men. So that is almost twice as many. So our theory
almost 50%.
is 80-20. Oh, wait, so almost.
Well, ours was like 30 years was 80.
Yeah. Yeah.
So somewhere between.
Yeah. But almost twice as much. Yes. All right. What do we got, man?
All right, what we got is a couple of check-in desk agents got terminated from their gigs at Frontier Airlines for mocking a customer in a viral video.
Yeah.
Mayday flight. You did. And you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't.
She works there, by the way.
I paid for a ticket.
And they're recording. I was for Agent Assistant, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I
was gonna get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Why does everyone have their phone out?
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't gotta worry about it. We ain't gotta worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer.
All right, let's pause for a second.
Oh,
Listen, there's a problem. I've been yelling about it at the airport the entire time. And it's going on. It's now at epidemic level. You take black people and then you explain to them, we don't like you and we don't want you here. And we just beat you over the head with the systemic racism message that is constantly peddled by every fucking race hustler on the left. Even Joe Biden never stopped with the black, the brown, the color. They're not. Every time he asks about Kamala Harris, like, we weren't ready for a black woman. So they have a race hustle and they poison these fucking people into thinking white folk are like the enemy, and especially black women. We tell black women, you're 2 strikes. You're a woman, you're black, we don't want you. We don't want you here. And then we put you in these positions where you have to interface with the people who you think don't like you or don't want you here, or if I was in charge, you guys wouldn't be here. And then we're asking you to be courteous, or accommodating or professional, and it ain't gonna fucking happen. And it gets worse every fucking year. And the more we talk these people into thinking that we are only doing this because of the color of their skin, or they're not welcome, or they're not wanted, or systemic this, or whatever that, then this shit's gonna happen just more and more and more. I've always experienced it because LAX is kind of the home of the black female TSA, and they're always rude, they're always shitty, and they're always curt, and they just fucking suck. But I realize I represent rich, white, heterosexual dude, and if I was I'm the oppressor. Like, if you're going to talk them into this guy's holding you back, well then, why be friendly? At all. So
I've had it, but I mean, not to be like everybody. I feel like everyone at airports now is just rude. Like, they're all rude.
But
not
she
this
would
level.
Be great at weighing in people.
She would be great at weighing people in that schedule.
You thought you was gonna
Well, they did they kept escalating it, like with taking out their phones and everything. It's like,
the story says that the agents mentioned a $25 fee to check in with them in person, and then he balked at the fee and then started recording with that dork voice. I mean, I would give him attitude also with that. No. He was really like,
you're on the side of the guy.
Yeah, I mean, like,
no, they're
the girls. I'm like, look, I think this guy had an attitude with them initially, and then it escalated and escalated. Really, they messed up and lost their job because of it.
oh, they lost their
Because it was
jobs.
like an ego thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They lost their,
They lost their job. And a third party, they're a third party of Frontier Airlines. I don't know. They somehow hire people as a third party.
Frontier's
They don't
also
work
the
directly.
worst, one of the worst.
Is it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Frontier
Frontier.
is with
Spirit.
with Spirit and
Yeah. All right, good. They're gone.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, you can't feed people a steady diet if everyone hates them and then expect them to go out and be courteous.
Dude,
That's
I
the
riz
problem.
those ladies up every time. They just get me right through. Oh, 51 pounds, no problem. Like, I don't know what your experience
they
is.
like you.
I don't look like
All right,
the oppressor.
well, we'll forget about
I
my
used to have white
Here we go to the next story.
There you go.
Let's go. There we go. We'll get through this. I'm pissed at
New York City has erected a Times Square 12-foot tall black woman in casual clothing. Oh, my goodness.
Who's she?
She's nobody. She's just all heavy-set black women.
Sassy.
She's just a statue?
Yep.
Weird.
That's the T-1000. He just blew himself up.
That is
She's just
weird.
put upon.
She's just a put-upon woman of color who's trying to get by in a white society.
How
but
do you
it's
know
tough
she's a woman?
'cause-
I can't even tell if she's a woman, really. She might not be.
Yeah.
I don't want to assume.
First off,
them.
We ain't in the business
Yeah.
of building statues to men anymore.
Oh,
I think
right.
maybe
Okay.
George Floyd. Maybe George Floyd. But generally, I would say 100% of this, here's what I would say. Between the founding of this country and 2022, I would say 98% of statues were of men. I would say from 2022 moving forward, it's going to flip the script. I think it's going to be female statues.
But usually they're of somebody. Why is it just a random?
Because all black women are victims. All black women are heroes, or put upon, or unwanted, or they work for Spirit Airlines.
She's meant to be all. She represents all black women.
This is a way to keep poisoning the head of black women who then have to interface with us at the airport.
That's a statue of a woman who was just cut in front of in an ice cream store.
That's right. By the couple from the pharmaceutical commercial.
Sweden.
The Swedish couple just bumped this bitch in line because they thought they needed to get their froyo faster.
Ice cream. Brad Williams should pay more for ice cream.
He should pay more for ice cream. You're right.
Yep.
A single is a double.
Yep.
We pay more for a double. That's right. That's a good point. Yeah, more for ice cream. I'm writing that down.
We're all getting canceled from this episode.
Cancel me again.
This episode's the end of my career.
I love you, black women.
He should pay more for cotton candy too. I mean, that thing's as big as his head, you know. But that's a lot of cotton candy. Sorry. All right, so this is just a statue of like Queen Latifah's stepsister who's got her hands on her hips and she's tired of putting up with the white man shit. Is basically what it is.
She's about to ask you a question.
She's going to ask something.
Oh my gosh.
So it's called something. You can, it's got to be in your article somewhere.
I just got this, on the way in. And it's called.
He said it's in there.
Yeah. Man.
He's trying to.
Grounded in the Stars.
Grounded in the Stars. That's what it is.
Grounded in the stars?
Grounded in the stars.
Oh boy.
She's grounded, but she's also in the stars. Now, so here's the thing, too. When everyone's a hero, then no one's a hero.
Yeah.
I keep saying that all the time. Just get back to famous people. It's good because it's impervious to being torn down because it wasn't a white general from the Civil War or anything like that. So smart in terms of longevity, but...
I just wish it was...
Just more retarded messaging.
No, but are the Ghostbusters going to be able to fight her? Or...
she's going to be reanimated when they come around.
I wish she just looked at least like someone recognizable.
Or
I just wish she looked cool. Like, I know who she is, even if it's not that person. It's like she doesn't look recognizable.
She's got a little 90s Queen Latifah.
Yeah,
that's true. Maybe that's it. Yeah,
I've seen her at the laundromat.
Specifically, the artist
didn't want her to be.
No one. Yeah.
Right, because now we can't worship anybody. We have to worship just the girl.
Yeah, but she's got Lululemon on. Oh no, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
Oh, mean.
All right, Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man. I'm going to describe things because people are listening.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah, Stay Puft, Marshmallow Man.
I'm a mean person.
We're getting back to the Ghostbusters reference. All right, but don't put that up there. Thanks.
Don't put that up.
Well, it doesn't work because we just go
my bad.
But we don't know no one knows what we're talking about.
Okay, they can't see it. Okay.
I have found in the medium of radio and or podcasting, people constantly, their number one thing is?
What?
They'll go, I'll tell you what's ruining kids today? They hold up their phone and they go, this.
And no one can see
I go, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. You have to say a phone. You have to say the phone, And they also do a lot of guy walks by the window, hey, bro, but just into a microphone, They don't, stuff pops up. They just go, whoa. But they never say anything because there's something about the human brain that can't wrap its mind around the audio part. I'm talking about professors and scholars and authors. They hold their phone up and they go,
see here.
This is the problem. You understand? The phone? Yes. Yeah. Say the phone.
Say what you're holding.
You know what they do all the time too? They go, this guy walk down streets, kid on a zipper scooter, misses me by this much. This much. I go, just say 6 inches. Say 6 inches because it's bad. And I don't know,
it seems so simple.
But nobody knows. Nobody knows it. No one can do it.
Wow.
I do not blame Mayhem. There's not. They can't do it.
I'm noted, bud. I'm back locked in for next time.
I thought you show your viewers what
it'll be on the internet.
Yeah,
it'll be on there. But for those who are hiking right now,
got it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's good. But listen, even the great Dr. Drew could never do it. Every time someone handed him a coffee mug, he'd be like, I'd be talking. Mm-hmm. I'd be talking on Loveline, and I'd be going, here's the problem with these kids. They're all full of themselves. And someone hand a coffee, thank you. And I'd go, Drew, just don't say thank you. Or say thank you for the coffee that I'm now being handed.
Yeah.
But don't say thank you in the middle of me talking. It sounds weird.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
That was pure radio.
Yeah, I grew up doing radio, so I think I have the instinct that
you do.
Yeah, that you know.
Oh, you're in Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah. So, and he had a sound of,
Garrison Keillor.
Yeah.
Weirdest, there's Me Tooers. There's the Me Too movement, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the cancel movement, right?
Right.
And then there's the top of the food chain, your Harvey Weinsteins and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Cosby, and I go, okay, I got a pretty good idea what those guys were up to.
Yeah.
And then there's guys like Garrison Keillor, and I'm like, I don't know what it is they said he did. He put his arm around a girl that... There's a guy who used to run Pixar The guy ran Pixar, and it's like, what'd he do? And it's like, well, he liked trains, and he ran Pixar, and he at the Christmas party, he would be flirty with some of the, and I'm like, it doesn't sound like that much to me. What are we talking?
Yeah.
You had a few drinks at the Christmas party? You fired him from Pixar?
I think some people got swept up in
John Lasseter, sorry. That's the name. Yeah.
I think with Garrison, he just got swept up in some disgruntled employees just kind of found a way to get to him, so.
But then there was Charlie Rose.
His was bigger, wasn't it?
Well,
I don't know what it was.
He would evidently answered the door his apartment or hotel nude or something. There was some.
But was he getting room service or was
the problem here?
Was there a woman there?
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is with Garrison Keillor and Charlie Rose and John Lasseter, did you guys do something? You commit a crime, or you just got drunk at a Christmas party, or you took a picture with your arm around somebody? What? Did you make a joke? John Lasseter, who was responsible for $10 billion worth of Pixar movies.
Oh my gosh.
He was the head of Pixar, making comments about physical attributes. I don't even know. That's a nice dress, Marcia. It looks good on you. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. He got canceled for that?
Again,
fired?
the whole problem is everyone had their panties in such a bunch. They were like, I just don't.
No one wanted to fight for them.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Get rid of him.
Yeah.
Garrison Keillor is the Prairie Home Companion, the least eligible for this.
I'm not familiar with that material.
Engaged in dozens of sexually inappropriate incidents.
but it's too vague.
But what is the incidents? Squeezing someone when you're taking a picture or something? I don't. All right.
No,
anyway.
I mean I know more about it, but it was more about disgruntled employees trying to.
They didn't like him.
Well, yeah, or somebody got fired, and then it turned into something. They were seeking revenge from being fired.
Oh, you think that's what it was? Because you were there.
He's my uncle. He's married to my aunt.
Oh.
So he's in my family, and so I know a lot more about everything about the story. But he was already retired, and there was an employee that he worked with that he gave a lot of work to, and she wrote for the show, and then somebody else got fired and kind of recruited her to get upset. Anyway, I'm saying too much, but it wasn't really really fair.
The dynamics
it wasn't
of
fair.
Yeah.
You people are hurting your own cause by cooking up bullshit stories. It makes me dubious every time a story comes up now. I'm like, did something really happen, or are you liars just bullshitting more, which hurts your cause?
Yeah.
It's like almost every race-related noose hanging on a dorm room. It's all made up now. It's all hoaxes
but also
now.
It's really
hurting
weird
your cause.
when people are already Garrison was already retired.
Yeah.
So what's the point of canceling someone who's already retired?
I didn't know he'd already retired.
Yeah, he had retired, but then they changed the name and kind of took over the show, and then he had trouble, and then he lost the rights at first to his show.
Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah, but now he got it back somehow. I don't know. He hasn't really told me everything that went down, but then he still has trouble publishing books a little bit.
Sure, because you get kind of the stink of the Me Too. People are like, I don't know.
Yeah,
think we should be working
but he's still right. I mean, he's still working. He
I
does
played
live
his
shows.
theater in
Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
In Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm doing his show in June at Tanglewood. He's doing a full,
with him.
Yeah.
I don't know where Tanglewood is.
It's in the Berkshires. It's the big outdoor venue.
But that's something with him or something.
With him.
Connected with.
Yeah,
that?
He's doing his show again. He's been doing 50th anniversaries for the whole year.
Garrison's back.
Yeah, he's been back. Yeah, he just doesn't really he doesn't do the radio show, but he does live shows. But yeah,
Charlie Rose included lewd phone calls.
That's
bless his heart.
Lewd. He's lonely.
He's lonely.
He caller one.
Groping females, but we still don't. I know that's wide open now. And walking naked around his apartment, which he often used for business.
Well, that's a little.
But wait, hold on.
That's a little bit Like,
he sounds like a swinging guy.
Well, walking around nude in his apartment, which he often used for business, doesn't mean you're nude during the business meeting. It means you are nude in your apartment because you live in your fucking apartment, and then you could have a meeting there later.
And also, how big is his? I'm sure his apartment's huge. So what if he's naked in one room and he has an intern in a different room?
Yeah,
right? It's
he comes out and get a slice of pizza.
That's fine.
He was nude in the place they have the businesses. Oh, I do business here, and twice a day I'll go into that little bathroom and whip my cock out. Yeah, but while people are doing business, I pull my cock out. While people are doing business, it's crazy, right? Man, I've said too much. Sometimes even 3 times if I drink too much coffee.
Oh my God, I feel very unsafe right now.
Do you feel threatened now? Jesus Christ! All right, let's do what else we got?
One more. Let's go. Critics say Trump's baby bonus proposal won't address the real problems. Democrats question whether the proposals, including a one-time $5,000 payment for having a baby, would have a substantial impact on financial challenges of parenthood.
Well, listen, here's all you need to know about life. And when you walk around the streets of Los Angeles, it's a mess and it's a shit show and there's garbage everywhere. So let's just break this down. There is trash, garbage, old furniture, and everything everywhere because it's a shit show. Every used thing, whether it's a cup or a condom, is just old recliner chair, bookshelves, whatever. It's all on the ground. Mm-hmm. You will never find an aluminum can.
Nope.
Every Coke, every Pepsi, every Coors Light, every Miller Lite, every energy drink, every fucking fortified whatever bullshit drink the hobos sucking down, whatever 5% alcohol, every single thing that people drink outside, especially street people or anybody, you'll never see one can on the ground. When's the last time you saw a Coke can just sitting on the street? When you see broken glass, you see old mattresses, you see busted up stucco and drywall, you see everything but an aluminum can, and everything that comes in an aluminum can is everything, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
Why?
Can man.
Why is there no aluminum?
What do you think?
He comes by.
For heroin?
Yeah, they'll get heroin.
All right, I'll give you 3 answers. Let's go 3.
Well,
heroin.
I thought maybe you could make a bong out of it or something.
Oh, you could.
Right?
You could.
Yeah.
You could make a heroin bong out of it, aluminum can.
I've never lived on the street, okay?
I know, but you've never seen a can on the street. So what? Why?
Because they're worth something when you trade them in.
Yeah, they're worth. They have value.
That was my first guess, and then I second guessed it with the heroin.
It could be heroin bong. Show me heroin bong.
I was picturing a heroin spoon,
you're cooking.
I think the spoon's made out of aluminum. All right,
it's
I'll
like
stop
you
talking.
and Garrison hanging around, cooking up speed. All right, it has value.
Right.
So it gets collected.
Okay.
They may fall on the ground, but they don't stay on the ground long. Somebody's shopping cart, up, right?
Right.
So if you incentivize people, they move in that direction.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you want to get people to have kids, give them something. Give anyone anything. Now you incentivize people the other direction. Mm-hmm. As well. You go, hey, welfare queen, you get paid extra every time you have a kid, but if you get married and get a job, then you don't get, okay, guess who's shitting out kids and getting paid? You incentivize the wrong direction. You can incentivize the right direction. Yeah. But either way, we're animals. We'll respond to it.
But I don't know if $5,000 is enough.
Not for you.
Yeah, but maybe someone who's picking up aluminum cans.
Yeah, that person with a cart full of cans and the $5,000.
Yeah, they're unstoppable.
They're an unstoppable it's perpetual motion machine of having random sex with hobos and collecting their cans that they dropped on the ground.
They could be a real entrepreneur that way.
I agree.